Well, hello. This is Rose RCG Creations. How are you doing? We're going to be baking. And guess what? I'm not wearing an apron. We'll see how it goes. We're going to be making today some croissants, homemade from scratch. And I got this little tool to roll them all out so I can shape them the shape of the croissants. So let's get rolling. I already got it pre-measured, a bunch of stuff. I'm just trying to get some of this stuff out of my way. Okay. Alright, so the recipe calls for 2 3/4 cups all-purpose flour. I'm using bread flour because I just want to hurry up and use it up because it's really getting kind of old. 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar, 2 teaspoons of dry active yeast, 1 1/4 teaspoon kosher salt, 1 cup unsalted butter cold, 1/2 cup milk, 1/4 cup water, and 1 egg. And it asks you to place the flour, sugar, yeast, salt in a bowl. So there's all my ingredients. There we go. Except for the salt. I need to add 1 1/4 teaspoons. 1 teaspoon. I moved everything because I thought I was already done. So 1 1/4. Let me get my 1/4 measurement. Okay. Let me break up some of this granules of salt. 1 1/4 of salt. And we're going to mix it all up together. And then we're going to use the pastry thing when we cut into the butter, but I'm not going to show you on camera on that. I've already done that many times before. So, I'm just going to mix with this. And we're just going to mix it all together. It says you can whisk it, you can put it through a sifter, a sieve, however you want to do it. I'm just going to use this because it's already a tool that I'm going to have to get dirty anyway. No sense in doing extra work and getting extra dishes dirty. You know me, I don't like to do extra dishes. That's more chores on me. Just going to mix this all up. Don't forget, get down to the dead center. Make sure it all mixes up in there. Let me use my tablespoon. I just want to make sure I got everything in the middle center. See the middle center? Making sure that it's all mixed up. You can see from the color, because our sugar is kind of a cream brown color tan. We get it from Azure. We buy it in bulk. It's not white, but it's granulated sugar. It's got larger crystals on it. And then the yeast, and then the yeast and the just the yeast and the sugar is one that's kind of a brown color, so you can see that. Okay, I think we're doing pretty good on this part. Now we're going to flour, sugar, yeast, and salt. That's in here. Cut in the butter with the Pastry Blender until the piece size remains, and then we're going to add the whisk. So I'm going to do a little bit of this to show you what it is for any new people who are used to baking. And it says you want your butter to be cold. Actually, I just got this out of the freezer. I didn't have any unsalted butter. Unsalted butter in my fridge. Only the freezer, because I buy four or five. Every time I go and get butter, I always get 3 or 4 and keep them in the freezer. Okay. And that way they last so much longer in the freezer. And if your power's out, and it's winter, heavy cold winter, just stick it in a little cooler and stick it in your outside or in a porch or garage. We're lucky we have a garage, so we're okay that way. And that way it keeps everything cold for you. And it stays frozen because the outside's already frozen. Well, in most areas, not everybody, but in most areas. And if it's summertime, the only thing you can do is get bags of ice, keep it cold, or otherwise you lose it. You can always pressure can your butter, make it into ghee. I've done that. I haven't done it, and I've been out for about almost 5 months, and every time I get ready to do it, something happens and I'm not able to make some more jars of canned butter. But that's another way to have a shelf-stable butter. Or you can always do the powdered butter. I have some cans of that, some number 10 cans of powdered butter. That's another way to extend the shelf life, and you have your butter whenever you want to do any baking or cooking. Okay, so let me put these little small ones in here. And I'm going to show you what it means by cutting into the butter. And all you're doing is you either get 2 forks or you can get a pastry tool like this one here. And then you're just cutting into the butter with the flour. And the butter is going to turn into little bitty tiny little pebbles. Like little rockstone pebbles you see at the beach. Or in some gardens, there's those little tiny little pebbles. And that's what it's going to be. So right now what I'm doing is called cutting in the butter. I'm cutting the flour into the butter with these little blades. They're tiny little blades. It's not really sharp. But it cuts into the butter with the flour. And I'm going to do this whole thing. So I'm not going to keep you for that. So I'll bring you back when we get to that next phase. Because after that, just to let you know, and I will put the entire recipe like normal in my description box. Then we're going to, after I cut in all the butter, we're going to whisk the milk, the water, and the eggs together in a small bowl, and then we're going to add it to this mixture. Then we're going to stir it up. Then we're going to wrap the dough in plastic wrap and chill it for 30 minutes. Okay, and then we're going to get my little pastry mat out. And then we're going to roll it all out. And then I'll use my little crescent roll shaper and cut them out, and then we're going to cook it. Let's see. Roll each portion out to a long rectangle, about 1 inch thick, 16 inches long, 5 inches wide. And then I'm going to use my little triangle corner roller thing. And then we're going to cut them out, and then you're going to bake it at 400-degree oven. We're going to bake it for about 10 minutes, and they should be puffy and look just like that. Okay, so we'll bring you back when we get to that next phase. Okay, we're back to the next phase. In a separate bowl, I mix the milk, water, and the eggs, all mixed up. Now it says add it to the flour mixture. And see how my butter all turned into little pebbles? Do you see that? And that's exactly what you want. Give myself, put all my dirty dishes in here, make myself have a clean job to do dishes. Okay, so whisk together, whisk in the milk, water, egg, and small, and add to the flour mixture. Stir together until the dough gathers itself into a ball. I'm just going to use my fingers because my hands are clean. Don't forget, go all the way down to the dead center and get all the flour mixture in here. Scrape the sides of the bowl to get all that flour mixture in. We're going to mix this up until a dough gathers into a ball. Trying to get all the flour mixture mixed up, every bit of it. It also makes it less sticky when you get more flour added in here. You can see my fingers aren't really all that dirty. See that? They're a little bit, but not much. This smells good too. It's just butter and flour, but with a little bit of extra ingredients. Okay, we're getting the shape of a ball here. See that? We're getting the shape of a ball. And I'm pressing my fingers in here so my fingers, all the dough can come off my fingers. Okay, so let's get this in here because I think it doesn't say to over knead, but it doesn't say to under knead either. So I'm just gonna, it just says stir together until the dough gathers itself into a ball. So I think we're there because as you can see, it's a ball now. And look, you can see the little pieces of butter all in there. Do you see that? So I think we're good. And it says get a piece of plastic wrap. Let me get this extra dough off of my hands. Okay. Oops, what was that? Oh, I did drop a piece of eggshell. I think I found it because that's gonna go in the trash. Normally I save my eggshells because I grind them up and I feed them to my garden. But that was a tiny little piece. I'm not going to bother with that. It says wrap the ball in plastic, not the whole bowl. So I'm just going to wrap this part. This is the part I don't like about plastic wrap. It sticks. Okay, so let's get that out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. I'm shaping this into more of a ball. And then I'm going to wrap this up with the plastic wrap, make sure all of it is enclosed. And wrap it all up. So it's totally all enclosed, and it's going to sit in the fridge for 30 minutes. And then we're going to take it out. I'm going to get my pastry mat, clean up my mess here, pick up my pastry mat, and then flour it a little bit, roll this out, and then we'll be able to make the croissant shapes. Okay, so we'll bring it back when we come to that next phase, okay? Okay, we're back to the next phase. Now put the dough ball in the plastic. It's been 30 minutes. So let's see, what do we do next? Okay, wrap the dough, dust the work surface with flour, and roll the dough into a rough rectangle shape about 1/2 inch thick. Okay, so this time I'm using all-purpose flour because I'm totally out of my baking flour. I have a little bit left, but not much, but I got more in the freezer that I'll get out and not put in that same container and keep it in the fridge, but I'll wait till I need it again. Because flour lasts longer if it's frozen or kept refrigerated. Okay, so let me get this out of the way. Okay, so wrap the dough, dust the work surface, fold the dough, put this on here. Dust the work surface with flour, roll the dough out to roughly a rectangle shape, about 1/2 inch thick. Okay, and then fold the dough into thirds like a letter. Fold the dough into thirds like a letter. Does anybody know what that means? I have no idea what that means. I never heard of that. Okay, so let's get rolling. Rolling, 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 right. The older generation, my age group, would know what that song's from. It's from a TV show, a Western TV show. But the younger generation, I'm sure they probably never saw it. Unless they watch the old Western stations. Okay, so it's rolling out pretty easy. And I like that you can see the pieces of butter everywhere. I'm just making sure I got flour everywhere. I don't want it to stick to my mat. Let me get a little bit more flour on the rolling pin because it's starting to stick a little bit. And it says to roll it out to like a rectangle shape. So that's what I'm going to go for. I'm just going to knead this part with my hand to get it more of a rectangle shape. And then push in the edges with my fingers. Just, you know, let me get my ruler because I have no idea what ½ an inch looks like. This is my baking ruler. It sits in a plastic sleeve, so I don't have to worry about it getting dirty and yucky. Okay, come on, come on. Here we go. Let's do this over here out of the way. Okay, so roll it out to about 1/2 inch thick. Where's my ½ inch? Okay, ½ an inch. That's pretty much where it's at right now, ½ an inch. Let me just smooth this out just a little bit. Well, that's pretty much like a rectangle, well, as close as I can get, because I don't know how to roll very well with a rolling pin or anything. Brand new baker here. Okay, so dust the work surface, flour, and roll the dough into a rough rectangle shape. Should be about 1/2 inch thick, and that's about ½ an inch. That's a little bit less than ½ an inch. That is ½ an inch, and that's pretty darn close. So I think we're good to go for now. Okay, just then fold the dough into thirds like a letter. Okay, so 1 3/3. Okay, let's do a little bit more flour. Okay, turn the dough 90 degrees and roll and fold out. Oh, okay. 90 degrees. Turn the dough 90 degrees, roll and fold out. Okay, so half. I think I'm going to do it this way. No, this is too long. I'm going to do it this way. Roll the dough 90 degrees, roll and fold again. Oh, roll and fold again. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. We're just going to roll it again till it gets to about 1/2 inch. This is reminding me of my mat is moving up on me. It's getting caught on my sleeves. It's winter here, so I had to wear warm clothes today. Okay. If anybody knows, let me know. Are you supposed to put some pressure as you're rolling so it rolls out? I'm assuming the answer is yes. Okay, now I still have my little rectangle shape. So I think we're about at ½ an inch. ½ an inch. That's close enough. That's really close. That's a little shy, but we're good to go. Real shy, we're good to go. Okay, so roll it up again into thirds. And then it says, fold the dough until letter tries, turn the 90 degree and fold again. Repeat 3 to 5 times. Okay, so that's 2. So that's 2 turns there. Let's add ourselves some flour, because I can see a little bitty stickies. Okay, and we're going to roll this out again. Oh, I spilled some. When I moved my mat, I spilled some flour. Okay. I am putting a little bit of pressure so it rolls out. And I'm still trying to keep it into the rectangle shape like it said. Okay, I just want to make sure I was in frame, and I am. So y'all can see what I'm doing. Okay, that's about a ½ inch. Pretty close. I know that one is. That's a little shy. That's a little shy, but we're close enough. Okay, so we'll do it in thirds again. Oh, that was starting to stick to my mat. So let me get some more flour here. I've seen this. I'm just seeing where you add flour to the sticky part of the dough, and it picks it up. So it'll get rolled into the dough. Okay. This is going to be number 3. It says do it 3 to 5 times. And then we're gonna wrap it back up into plastic wrap, and we're gonna let it chill. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Then we're gonna let it chill for another 30 minutes, and then we're gonna divide it into equal portions. So this whole process takes about 45 minutes. Chill time is about 2 hours. I can see why people don't make their own crescent rolls from scratch, because that's quite a lengthy time. But you know what? If it turns out good, I will make this into triple batches and get all this stuff done at the same time. And then I will freeze the dough, just like I do. I freeze my pie crust and my pizza dough. And then when I'm ready to make it, okay, I just want to make sure that I'm not sticking to the mat. And then I'll be able to have dough. I mean, if they can have the dough in those canned biscuits, and it stays there for months and months and months, I don't see why I couldn't have this homemade dough and freeze it and have it ready. Because I can put it in those reusable Ziploc baggies, those reusable ones. They got the airlock, but of course I would definitely wrap it twice. Wrap it totally and close it in plastic wrap. Wrap it again the opposite way to make sure that it doesn't get any air. Okay, this is not stretching very much. It's not as easy stretching as the first time. If anybody knows why it's not stretching so easy, let me know. It's still pretty pliable. It's very soft. It smells really good. Maybe because I'm doing this for so much, it only does stretch for so long. If anybody knows, please let me know. Put it in the comments, because I'm curious. I'll Google it to find out, but I can't always find everything out when I'm looking for something. Of why it's not stretching as much as it did the first time. And I'm wondering if it's got something to do with the gluten. I'm sure, just from process of elimination, it's got something to do with gluten. I don't know what. but it's not near stretchy. Okay, I'm putting pressure in here too, and it's not stretching very much. As you can see, I mean, I'm putting some elbow grease into the rolling and stretching it out. But let's measure. As long as I'm doing 1/2 inch, I'm going to stick with it. Okay, that's 1/2 inch. That's 1/2 inch. That's 1/2 inch. Pretty darn close to 1/2 inch, so we're good to go there. So that was 3 to 5 times. Wrap the dough in the plastic wrap and chill for at least 30 minutes. Repeat. Divide the dough into 3 equal portions. Do I roll this up again and then? You know what? It didn't say. Roll each portion out to a long rectangle about 1/8 inch thick, 16 inches long, 5 inches wide. Cut the dough into skinny triangles and roll each triangle. Okay, so repeat 3 to 5 times. Wrap the dough. So it says roll and then fold again. So let's fold again. Okay, so, oops. Let's get some flour on the mat. And I know part of it is the fact that this butter that's in this dough is starting to melt. But look, see, it's not rolling near as easy as it used to be. But we'll just follow the directions because I have no idea what I'm doing. And let's just go with it. But the dough texture and the feel of it is really good. So I think this is going to turn out good. Which I hope it will. And then I'll wrap these up. And then we'll bake them in the morning. So we'll have some fresh croissant rolls for breakfast to go with some jam. I'm not supposed to eat that on my weight program. But I can have one biscuit. Shouldn't be eating the jam, but we got the last jar of mulberry. Oh, I got some mulberry seeds. I'm going to be able to plant some mulberries. In 2 years, I'll have some mulberries growing. The first year, they say they're not very good, but the second year, the second season, is when the mulberries really taste a lot better. So we got 2 years before the mulberries come in. And we'll have us some fresh mulberries. And I'll be able to have some. I love mulberry jam. It's actually mulberry jelly. And I do try to get as much of the seeds out as possible. And it's just that top little layer, really thin layer, that's got the seeds. But the rest of the jelly has no seeds because I strain and strain and strain. Oh, look at that. That's really working out good. Okay, I think that's working out really good. Okay, so let's do this in thirds again. And thirds again, that was 4. So, oop, almost forgot my flour. That part was starting to stick right there. Okay, this is to be the last time because this is 3 to 5 times. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this 5 times and let's just see what happens. I'll write a note on my little recipe so I know that this first batch that I did, well, actually I'll have the video to watch to let me know what I did the first time so I can have it. That's one reason why I'm doing the Created channel, is so I can actually keep track of what I'm doing and not have to write everything down. All I got to do is go back and review the video of what I did or where I missed or something I didn't like or something I did like, and keep track of it that way, and I don't have to have a bunch of stuff written everywhere. Okay. Okay. It's stretching. Oh, let's see if that's 1/2 inch. I think it's a little bit bigger than 1/2 inch. Actually, no, it's not. Whoa. Okay. Well, that's been 5 times. We're going to fold it. We're going to fold it again. Let me get the same plastic wrap that I had before. And wrap this up. Totally, I want to make sure it's totally enclosed. There's no air. Totally enclosed. Okay, repeat 3 to 5 times. Wrap the dough in plastic wrap and chill for at least 30 minutes. And then we're going to take it out. We're going to divide the dough into 3 equal parts. And then we're going to roll it all out and do our shape. So we'll bring you back in about 30 minutes. Okay, we are back. The next 30 minutes is up. Okay, I went ahead and turned my pastry mat long because I got to cut it in 3 little shapes, and I want to make sure I have enough room. Okay, so now we need to, let's see, what's the next phase? Divide the dough into 3 equal portions. Alrighty. I think we're done with that, but I don't know yet. Okay, so 1, 3. Let's go just a tad here, and just a tad more right here. Okay, 3 equal portions, close enough. Okay, divide the dough into 3, roll each portion out into a long rectangle, about 1/8 inch thick, 16 inches long. Cut the dough into skinny triangles and roll each triangle. Okay, so let's move this out of the way. I'm glad I got a clean table. Just in case, let's put some flour down. I didn't say to do it, but I don't want it to stick. Okay, rolling pin. Let's move this flour out of the way. You want to roll it till it's about 1/8 inch thick. You roll it until it's 1/8 inch thick, 16 inches long. So that sure is a long piece. We'll see what we can do. So this is going to be the struggle part for me because I don't do stuff like this. But I gotta learn. I want to learn. I don't have to learn. I want to learn. And I'm glad that the dough's not sticking to the rolling pin, which is good. Oop, I spoke too soon. Okay, add some more flour to that baby. Piece of dry flour. Okay, and it says about 1/8 inch. Okay, come on, ruler. 1/8 inch. Oops. I keep on snagging my shirt. 1/8 inch. Okay, so this end is pretty good. And I need it to be big enough for this to go through. I'm just going to go and roll out the pastry rolls. Okay. Let me turn it this way so maybe it won't quit sliding. There we go. It's not sliding so much now. Okay. Let's see, is this 16 inches? Okay, one is over there. Okay. So that's 1/16. It's about right here. So that's about 16 inches there. So I think we've got the lengthwise pretty good. I didn't move my mat a little bit. That's one good thing about when you have a mat, you can move yourself around. Just kind of want to get it pretty much level so I know what's going on. Okay. 1/8. Close, really close enough. Okay, so we'll now repeat, divide the dough into 3 portions, roll each portion into a long rectangle, about 1/8 thick, 16 inches long and 5 inches wide. Close enough. Cut the dough into skinny triangles and roll each triangle starting at the wide and tucking the pointy end under the roll. Place the croissants on a parchment lined baking sheet. Okay, so we are ready to roll out. Let's do our first roll out. Let's get this out of the way. Let's move this over here. Here's our pastry croissant roll item. And let's start to roll it. I am going to put some pressure down. Oh, yay! Look at this. 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 Okay. Oops. Where did that end off? Let's just go on this end. Let's just start right here. We did it! There's a little bit end one, that's okay. But look, we got our little croissant shapes. Roll each portion to like rectangles, cut the dough into skinny triangles, or roll each triangle starting at the wide end and tucking the pointy end under the roll. So let's do tuck and roll, and ta-da! We did it! Yay, let me get my cookie sheet. And I'm going to put this on top of my flour. Sorry for reach there. Okay. And it says tuck the pointy end under the roll. So let's just tuck it in under the roll. Then we're going to lay this down on the parchment. Okay. And then we'll get to roll this out again for this other portion. For this extra excess, we'll just roll it out again. So let's do that again on camera, then I'm going to do the rest off of camera. I'll get all of these done. Roll them out. Tuck and roll underneath. I'm assuming that's what they mean by tuck and roll. See that there? Okay, put that face down. Okay, one more. Wide side. Tuck and roll. We're good to go. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of these. Do all this and we'll bring it back to the next phase. Okay, we're back for the last phase. It's been an hour and they did rise. Oh, bear with me. Alarm. Tell me to come get the rolls. Sorry about that, y'all. I was doing some YouTube videos, watching them. Okay, so look at that. Now I'm not gonna cook all of these tonight because it's already 10:35. I gotta be in bed. I'm only gonna do a few for the taste test. And then I'll cover these up and bake them tomorrow. We're gonna have them for dinner. But I told hubby I'd make some for him for his breakfast. Some of them I didn't tuck under the little tip tail. I didn't tuck it under. Okay, and some of them I did. So they're so soft, just exactly how they kind out of the can. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And I don't know how much they're going to swell up. So once they bake, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Let's do another big one. 10. So as soon as the oven, it's preheating right now, is ready, we're going to go ahead and cook this, and then we're going to do the taste test. And then these right here, I am going to individually wrap and make sure they don't dry up, and stick them in the fridge so they'll be ready for tomorrow. So we'll bring you back when we come to that next phase, which will be the taste test. We'll bring you back. Okay, we're back for the taste test. Now, hubby's gone to bed and I'm just about there. But look, yay! Look at that. Now, because these are minis, because of this little crescent shaper dough thing, I set the timer for 10 minutes, but I did added a note to my recipe to, when I use this, because they're so small, I'm only going to bake it for 8 minutes so they don't get so toasty. So let's just take one that's not so toasty. Oh, hot, 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 hot. Let's do, let's do a little. And this is too hot for me to hold. See, it did get toasty on the bottom. Toasted, but look, it kept its shape and all that as it baked. And this one, as you can see, I tucked it under, just like it said. This one didn't get so toasty. It was in the front. And this one, I left the little tip out in the open. Let me turn this around. See how it's out in the open? So, we're going to do one of each. And let's taste to see what it tastes like. Okay. It's a little toasty, so it's kind of crunchy. In just a minute, I'm going to taste that one once that cools off a little bit more. So if you have a little tool like this, I'll figure out what these measurements are, and I'll do a pop-up on the video. You do these, you get these little meaty ones like these are. It's buttery. It tastes like a crescent roll. It's not overly sweet, which crescent rolls aren't sweet anyway. I'm eating these just plain because I'm going to see naturally what they taste like. Of course, I would be adding butter, and like in the morning, I would be adding just a little bit of mulberry jelly or apple butter. I have apple butter that I canned. Any jelly jam that you want. Now let's do the whole one that's not so toasty. Oh yeah. Look. Look at the flakiness inside there. This, for sure, 2 thumbs up. Now, because it's just hubby and I, that last, remember it said cut it up into 3 equal pieces and then roll it out really thin? I put that, and I wrapped it up really good twice. Then I put it in one of my reusable freezer bags. These kind like this, the reusable kind. I have all different sizes. And I labeled it. But what I did, let me just put this back. What I did is I individually wrapped 3 rolls in plastic wrap individually. So I laid one down, rolled it in the plastic wrap, laid another one right next to it, rolled it again, rolled another one. I did 3 because it's just me and him, and sometimes we only need 3, maybe 4. So that way we can make as much as we want. And instead of doing just one individual one, because as little as these are, you're going to need at least 1 or 2, maybe 3, for whatever you want to have a snack or whatever it is that you want to eat it with. So anyway, oh, look at this. Look at the softness. See how it squishes and then it bounces back? Man. Y'all need to save this video. Save this recipe. Because it is good. Thank you so much for watching. I'm enjoying my little crescent roll. Don't forget to hit like, comment, and share. And I want to thank all my regular subscribers and any new subscribers. If you haven't already subscribed, click the bell, get notifications, hit subscribe. And for those who heard me commenting, I really am serious about all these comments. I did appreciate it because, again, I'm a brand new baker. I'm new at all this stuff. I don't know what a lot of this stuff means. So I'd appreciate it if you know what it means. Place a comment so I know, so I can add that. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Itchy, itchy, itchy. Put that in my, I put little tips and how-tos. I add them to my recipes. So I'll know what to add or delete or what to omit the next time I make something. So anyway, this is my take on made from scratch crescent rolls. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Take care now. Bye-bye.